Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to my playthrough of Pillars of Eternity. We are in the process of going through Dyrford Village, talking to everybody we can talk to. Now, we accidentally went ahead and killed some guy because we tried to break into a storehouse, and he's mentioned something about being Lord Haran's lackeys, and there he is, so we will eventually talk to that guy. First, however, we're going to chat up some of the named people in this bar. We've talked to Sid already. We're going to talk to Orin now. Why, it's you. Thank you, friend. You've given me another chance, and I mean to make the most of it. I've been telling everyone around here how you helped me. Do I know you? I think we rescued him from somebody. Oh, you know what? I think he's one of those guys we let go. Just
all right, then.
To avoid killing them. Can't remember where. So I guess we'll talk to Lord Haran then. Actually, let's check the back room, see if there's anybody back here. And now the bartender attacks me. Nope. Oh, there's somebody named Pace back here. What are you doing in the kitchen? Dangler will get you sorted out with food and drink. Alright then.
Good day to you.
Bartender real quick. The innkeeper digs inside a mug with a dirty rag. His eyes under his thick brows are tired but watchful. He gives you a quick nod as you approach the bar. Don't see many travelers these days. Something I can do for you? What was your exchange with the nobleman about? He looks up from polishing his tankard and glowers at the lord. Folk around here is decent. They mind their own business. You want to stick your nose in it? Go talk to him yourself. Alright. I have questions about Dyrford. Do you know anything about an Ingwethan ruin nearby? What I know is it's best avoided. You don't serve to anger the Glenvathans by stomping around their sacred grounds. If you've got to satisfy your curiosity, talk to Beodmar. He's in the temple to the northwest. Have you seen an orphan named Nifre? Twitchy lady, that one. Who lives in Dyrford? Not many anymore. Hard to keep people around when everyone's here is birthing Hollowborn. But we got a few who stick around and do business. Trigal's the leather courier. Not anymore. And Dina's the crafts potions, and Winfrith trades in general goods. Rumbald's a pig farmer, or was, anyway. Tell me about Trigal. He's a courier, treats leather, and makes armor and a few goods with it. Problem is, the smell of tallow and deer shit tends to put people off their food, and his shop's right next door. What's Hindina's story? Lady's a clever hand with potions and poultices. Got herself into trouble with a nest of worms, or so I hear. Her cart's on the east end of town. And Winfrith? Been around even longer than I have. Nice enough fellow, but never could find his way to the end of a sentence. His shop's across the square. Something happened to Rumbald's pigs, I take it. Damn ogre carted them off. Now he squeals more than his herd ever did. It's rotten luck. Okay, previous questions. Something about the village. Walk from one bridge to the next and you've seen it. We're quiet, hard-working folk. We keep to ourselves and don't take to being pushed around. He glares at the well-dressed man standing off to the side. Used to be a castle here, built by some family of Adiran Thanes back when the Empire first came. Only one tower is still standing, and that's part of Trigal's shop now. Sid, the bard by the fire, could spin you the yarn if you're so inclined. You said you don't see many travelers. Of course not. Why would they come here? We got bandits on the road and an ogre in the forest, as that yapping fool Rumbald will tell you. Worse yet, hasn't been a healthy child born here in over a year. Most kith that come here is just passing through. And about that ogre. You don't hardly see him this close to town. Ogres and kith don't mix well. Ugly bastards, but they're smart enough to know that much. You want to know more? Talk to Rumbald. He's farms southwest of here. Alright, I think that's about all I need from this guy. Let's talk to the Lord. The man wears Ader-styled robes, simple but elegant. His fine leather shoes look like they were made for padding around indoors, yet they're caked with mud. He yanks at a lock of hair twined about his silk-gloved finger. His fine features are etched with anxiety.
My child is out there. Do they not understand?
My lord, we're doing everything we can. Unfortunately, these villagers...
Beasts take them all. I don't care how you do it, but find her.
Okay. Your child is missing,
Yes,
I take it?
Lady Alice, my daughter. I've asked around, but nobody in this mud hole has any concerns beyond their swine. They turn my men away like beggars and seem downright pleased to be of no use. But you're not one of my soldiers. And you look like you're used to getting your hands dirty, if you don't mind my saying so.
Well, considering I think that I just killed whoever was guarding this guy's daughter, may as well take whatever quest. If you find her, tell her I won't be upset with her. She can come back and all will be well. I just want to make sure my Alice, my child, is safe. Nothing in the world is more important to me. Okay.
Elise.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about your
course.
daughter, Elise. Describe Lady Elise. She's a striking young woman, bears more resemblance to her mother than to me. She has auburn hair and delicate, well-bred features. She must be, 28 or 29 now. Tell me about her disappearance. We'd stopped in Dyrford for a few days. On our fourth evening here, I was making plans to continue our journey. Lady Elise was feeling unwell and went to bed. When I retired a couple hours later, I found that she had vanished. None of my men had seen her go, and no one at the inn knew where she was. Since then, my people have been combing the village, but we've yet to find a clue, and the locals here have been no help. Why did you come to Dyrford? It was merely a stop along the way to Ina's Rest. However, she took ill shortly before our arrival, so it seemed prudent to allow her a few days to recover. What is Ina's Rest? He frowns as if about to protest, but he gives in with a sigh. Lady Alice has reached an age where it is prudent for her to marry. Given this legacy business, I can't let her fertile years slip by, nor do I want her womb to fester in the presence of so many Hollowborn. Okay. It seems there would be more potential suitors in New Homer and New Yarma. You think I haven't considered that? Arranging a suitable match is difficult. The best prospects for my child lay in Ina's Rest. Where's the rest of your family? Surely they wouldn't want to miss your daughter's betrothal. Lady Harund is ill-suited for travel, I'm afraid. And unfortunately, Alice has a few other closer relatives. My sister and her husband, Alice's aunt and uncle, of course, have been visiting Ada these past months. As for siblings, Alice has none. My wife has only given birth to Hollowborn, since Alice, that is. Alright, back to the daughter, back to the previous questions. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Lord Nestor Harand of Defiance Bay. My family has been prominent there since imperial times. Our primary estate is on the outskirts of Brackenbury, but we have holdings in New Haomar as well. Those went to my sister and her husband.
Alright. And even though I know it's already about, I heard you arguing with the
small-minded
innkeeper.
man, just like the rest of them around here. I've been paying him an honest fee for board and bed, and yet he can't be bothered to stir himself to concern for my Alice.
Well, that's why I'm hoping you can help. I should have never trusted these people around my child. Alright, well, I have information about her disappearance. I'm going to look upstairs real quick, and if there's anybody useful up there, then I will cut it in. Okay, so there's people. Oh, Knifrey, and some hooded people. You know what? I will look at them later. I'm going to check these out first. Some gold names. And an empty room with some lootables. Let's go ahead and get our theft on.
I can do that.
Unlocked. What's in it? Some random shit for the stash.
A simple test.
And some money. Okay. Well, that was worthwhile. Alright, let's bust in on Knifrey. Can't remember. Why am I looking for her again? Oh yeah, those people outside of the city were looking for her. The Orlin hovers by the window, peering out of it every few seconds. As you enter the room, she watches you carefully, her hand hovering over her stiletto. She cranes her head to peer behind you. Anyone follow you? Who sent you? So, what are you talking about? The man leaning against the wall glances out the door and nods to the Orlan. The hand over her weapon relaxes, but she's still watching you closely. Some old friends from Defiance Bay are looking for me. We're not exactly friends anymore, if you catch my drift. I'm just trying to lie low and mind my own business. Know what I mean? Boss? And Omoa looks at the Orlan and jerks his head at you. All right, she raises a hand to the Almoa before turning back to you. My friend here thinks you could maybe help us out. Now, I'm sure you're a busy man, so I'll make it worth your while. She flips you a few coins. Just go take a look around town. Come back here and let me know if the coast is clear or you see any suspicious figures. 125 copper? You're pretty suspicious. What is this? What's this about? She scratches the back of her neck. I may have gotten myself into trouble with some powerful people in Defiance Bay. Powerful criminal people. I suppose it was bound to happen eventually. I'm a thief by trade, and it's hard to do my kind of business in the city without crossing them eventually. Now I'm just trying to put some distance between us. Okay. Someone told me you were responsible for heinous killings in Defiance Bay. Let me guess, was that someone named Medrith? It's a lie, plain and simple. I got on the wrong side of his employers, and now he's after me. But if you're here to do his dirty work, I won't make it easy on you. Relax, I just wanted to hear your side of the story. What story? The Dominals came after me. I just happened to rob the wrong place. How was I supposed to know they'd already claimed it? It was an honest mistake. I'm just trying to survive now, and if you spoke with Medrith, you know where he's waiting. Please, help me get out of here. You know what? Go east. I'll help her because they're working for a criminal mastermind, and I believe her when she says that, because why would you make that shit up? Go east. Medrith's waiting for you just west of the river. All right, I'm trusting you. Don't have much choice. See if you can send him the other way. That should buy me some time. She follows the hooded figures towards the stairs, giving you a final uncertain glance as she passes through the door. I got an oddly specific amount of experience, 324. And we will run into this room and steal this shit. I'll take all that. And, wow, what's this? This painting depicts a forest or ravine somewhere in the living lands. Let's head downstairs and, we'll inspect the leatherworker's house. Alright, I've headed down the ladder in the leatherworker's place, and this is Dyrford Ruins, and it is fucking huge. I got a quest update that says basically Blood Legacy. And after all that, I think I'm going to head back up, continue my exploration of Dyrford, because this, I mean, look at the size of this map. It's got to take me more than it's got to take me a whole episode in and of itself. So I'm going to continue on my way through town. Alright, back in town. I'm going to talk to Rumbold, just to see about his whole pig problem. A man paces angrily in front of a wrecked animal pen, his sun-weathered face twisted with ire. He's so wrapped up in his fury that he doesn't seem to notice you. Galloway's slobbering beasts, blazing bloody effigy, thrice-damned salty wench and her soggy, you should really mind your language. Why? Will pretty words bring the rest of my pigs back, mind my pen, chase the beast from town? Calm down and tell me what happened. He bites his lip and closes his eyes. His nostrils flare with each quick, angry breath. Wife's always telling me to mind my temper. Just breathe deep and count to 10. He sighs. An ogre moved into the area not long ago. Folk have been seeing glimpses and tracks out in the wood, but it seemed to be staying away from town. Or so we all thought, until it made off with my pigs. Now everyone's afraid it's going to develop a taste for kith, if it hasn't already. Did you see the ogre take your pigs? What else would have destroyed my pen and made off with my herd? And at the same time, the rest of the village is seeing a 10-foot monster in the forest? I know it's too late to get my pigs back, but it'd set my mind at ease to see that thing's head shorn from its neck. In fact, you bring its ugly pate to me, and I'll trade you for something that's of less use to a farmer like me than to a rowdy-looking sort like yourself. What do you know about the ogre? It's the same as any other, I'm sure. A big, ugly son of a bitch with a nasty temper and an appetite to match. Trigal could tell you more. No, he can't. He dead. He claims to have seen it in the wood. You can find him in his shop, right by the broken tower. Seen any sign of Alis Harand? His hands curl into knobby fists. How many times do I have to repeat myself? I already told those snooping guards I haven't seen her, but that hasn't kept them from nosing around my property. Alright, continuing on my way. Let's take a look in the mill. Okay, into the Dyrford mill. We got some villagers and some stuff to steal. But no, it doesn't look like there's a named person in here. Alright. So there's no NPC to worry about in there. Alright, let's talk to Medrith again. Except I'm going to move all my people back here. And I'm just going to have Eder move up to talk to him.
Hello.
He picks at a long blade of grass. Found Nifri yet? I'm ready to get out of here. She snuck out the back of the inn and went north. He squints at you, pulling the grass into two flimsy threads. Did she now? And how would you have known that? So you can't just stick to it? I was just hoping you'd believe me. Medrith draws his blade. Don't worry, I'll catch up to her, right after I take care of you, so it looks like it's a combat. It was a good thing to send Eder up there alone. So Eder's gonna immediately jump on whoever this is. What the fuck? It looks like Dwarf Chick's gone ahead and got through her. See, there's what is that? That's a shield and a percentage sign and a question mark. Okay, I don't know if that's new or if I just didn't notice that before. Alright. Yeah, Eder's gonna basically pop into a defensive stance. He is going to do vigorous defense, but it's combat only, and combat hasn't started yet. Now combat started. Vigorous defense. Let's see. I think I'm going to wait for them to cling to Eder. Yeah. And then what I'm going to do is move everybody else kind of closer. Like this. Like so. And, Durance is going to come up to here and do his consecrated ground thing. Because that's always awesome. No, 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 no. Durance, I want you to do consecrated ground. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, Sagani is going to attack somebody. It's real difficult to tell anybody apart. We'll go after the cowled woman first. My Orlin is going to do something. Going to do some sort of spell. Just not sure what. Do I have anything that attacks enemies only besides the big shit? Blizzard? No, that hits everybody. Autumn's Decay. I think that hits everybody. Taste of the Hunt. Insect Swarm. Now we're just going to pop Insect Swarm there because we can use that as an AE and actually get on people. Cypher's going to continue to hold back for a minute, and then my main is going to drop whatever this is. Arduous Delay of Motion, and just hit all of the enemies at once. Let's do that. Oh yeah, we've still got to get the fox on somebody. Okay, the cowled woman is near death. I'll have my Cypher run up there to attack. Cowled woman is dead. I will switch all of my main melee people to the next person in line. All of my main damage dealing people, that is. I'm loving this new AI in just the matter of turning it off. It just makes it so much easier to deal with. everybody on this person. Okay, you know, my cipher is at 48, whatever, 48 focus. Let's try some cipher spells. Let's try a good one. I know there was one that was like a charm spell or something. Puppet Master. And we will Puppet Master Medrith. Or try to. And did it work? Yes, it worked. So now we don't have to worry about Medrith just yet. And we can just switch to wiping these guys out one by one. So, that is actually a really powerful spell. And now Medrith's all alone, and we can take him out. Let's go ahead and kick his ass and knock him down first. That was exceptionally easy. Man, we cut him into pieces. And all this goes in Mustache. I got nothing going that absolutely needs my attention, but that was a lot of money on that. Damn, that was a lot of money. Alright, where do we got to go next? I think the only thing left is the Temple of Berath. And then maybe look for exits from town just so I can unlock the surrounding terrain.
Alright then.
Alright then. I got Harbinger, Baldur, and Selby. Let's talk to Selby first. And he tells me to talk to Baldur.
Out with you! I already told you.
Baldur.
I'm sorry. I thought you were one of those ruffians.
Oh, someone hit him? These times we live in. Okay, what happened to you?
I never saw their faces. Strange, hooded men asking about those ruins. Cleoban Relag.
Oh shit, sounds like the Leaden Key.
Come through here asking about the ruins, are looking for a few ancient trinkets. But these people knew the name, and they were in a hurry.
Okay.
They wanted to know where Cleoban Relag was. I tried to keep it from them, but I couldn't hold out forever. I don't know what they were up to, but it can't be good.
Alright, can you tell me where to find the ruins?
That guards the ruins will kill anyone who trespasses there. And they'll retaliate against us, too, if history is any indication. We've had too many fortune seekers stir up trouble of late. If I'm to tell you, I'll need to know your reason for wanting to go.
My reason is that I don't give you another black eye to match the one you already got. He folds his arms and... Oh. Aravius. So this is where I say, go into the ruins and I'll kill you, and that's when you say, Aravius, I'm a watcher and you're no match for all of us, and we've a good reason for this, and then I give up trying to argue with you and leave you to dig in your own trespasser's grave. And I'm only being half metaphoric. We sometimes make Woodens dig your own grave before we kill you. When the kids hear about it, it's a fabulous deterrent. Okay, a dangerous plot is unfolding there, and I've got to stop it.
If that's the case, then we may already have trouble headed our way. I'll have to take you at your word. You'll find Cleoban Relag here. Whatever trouble you find there, please end it quietly and try to stay out of the ruins.
I'll try, but you know, those ruins usually have a lot of decent shit in them. Tell me more about Dyrford. Folk here tend to keep to themselves, as they do in most towns this deep in the Dyrwood. They're suspicious of travelers, but when all the brigands and refugees moving through the area, who can blame them? People in town say the Hollowborn problem has been especially bad here. It has. Cities and villagers all over the Dyrwood have seen Hollowborn, but Dyrford hasn't seen the birth of an unaffected child in years. Most of our people have moved on to other villagers in search of hope, and those who have stayed behind aren't the same. Children promise a future, you know. People change when you take that away from them. This is a Temple of Berath? What can you tell me about Berath? Bereth is the most universal god of all the gods. It oversees the portals and cycles of all kinds, even life and death itself. Under Bereth, an ending is merely a passage to another beginning. Bereth has many representations across time and across cultures. Around the Dyrwood, you'll commonly see it depicted as the Pallid Knight or the Usher. The Glanfathans, however, know it as Benwyn, Bunin e Aknu and Aknu e Bunin. Fucking Glanfathans. Tell me about the Pallid Knight. She's one of the youngest manifestations of Bereth, but a familiar one nonetheless. Stories describe her as a gaunt knight in black armor with black eyes, black hair, and milk-pale skin. She demands an impossible toll from travelers who have tarried too long on her lord's road. Some challenge her only to slay themselves in the process. Who is the Usher? Kith have written stories, songs, and poems about the Usher for centuries. Sometimes he's folk, sometimes dwarf, and sometimes merely a walking skeleton. He never speaks, but he guides the way to death and the next life. He also creates circumstances for the wayward to stumble into their own graves. I've never heard of that thing you said. It means life and death in life, respectively. You see them as two skeletal figures, one male and one female. Explorers have found them carved opposite one another in doorways, but I know of no particular legends that speak of them. Thanks for the information. And last but not least, have you seen the dude's daughter? I'm afraid not. Lord Harren's men already asked me, and that was the first I'd seen of any of his party. Wherever she is, in this life or another, I hope she takes comfort that her soul is with Bereth. Alright, well, let me go ahead and cruise around the edge of the town, look for ways out, and see what I can unlock. I will see you at the end of it just to point out what I've unlocked. Whoa there, while exploring along the river, I've found a hidden object. And is basically rope and grappling hook and some Blascon. That is just south of the western bridge. Alright, cruising through the village, I've unlocked only Dyrford Crossing. That's all I unlocked. So, that is it. So, I am on not to the ruins, but rather to Triggle's curry or whatever, to inspect the basement and such. But that will be in the next episode. For now, this has been the RPG Crawler with Pillars of Eternity. If you like what you've seen, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more RPG-related content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.